He gets his turd right on the camera.
Why do you have a turd? That's a good question. Watch the video, you'll find out.
This is Then You Ruined It, the podcast that will last until one of us makes it weird. Hope you have a short commute.
I started out today, work day, just like any other work day really, getting down to my tasks, and I've got all my tabs open for work, and things are, I'm waiting for Dashlane, which is my password manager, to come online. I'm waiting for that to happen, and checking email and Slack, make sure they're open so I get the proper messages, and I get an email from the head of my department at work, which I hear from on a whole, like he talks to like our whole department on like Zooms and everything, and I hear him often, but I never speak with him one-on-one. And so this is for a one-on-one, but well, it's between me and him and somebody whose name I do not know. And I don't know if they're with our company or not, but my first thought is that's a phishing scam. Like, this is probably something that, you know, they're going to send an email out to the company in a little bit. They're saying, hey, if you got this, ignore it. That's clearly, you know, a scam, and somebody will take all your money or get all of our company secrets if you get in that meeting. So don't do it. And
because that is a common scam. Like, that does happen.
It's probably not, but everything is a common scam these days. So I just ignore it. And I say, all right, moving on with my day. Do my tasks, do this. Okay, go up and get some breakfast. That sounds good because I work from home. Come back down. I've got a Slack message from a friend at work. And he says, so I got that message as well. And I'm just like, okay, here you go. So I was like, yeah. And he says, I'm pretty sure, I don't know for anything at this point, but I think we're being let go. I think this is a layoff situation. I was like, okay, that's not exact at all what I was thinking. What? And he's like, yeah, any place I've been before, this is, you know, one of the ways they've done it. Just have a call with this person, you know, from HR or whoever it is to represent, and then your boss, and so they're there to say, hey, you're gone. Here's all the things that are going to happen now. And so we start finding out that everybody in our department is getting these invites, and they're all getting them at different times. And so then I just resigned myself. I was like, okay, so this is happening. There's nothing I can do about it at this point. So what do I do? Okay, well, my wife just had open heart surgery. This isn't going to go well with her. So
I will pretend to work for the next 3 months and then relive this for her. That is the responsible husband thing to do. Going to work, honey. Do.
Until she wouldn't see the paychecks coming in, that would not be difficult, because I just go downstairs and
they have to give you severance. Just tell her that's a paycheck.
Well, I could tell her that, but it's going to be severely reduced, and I think she would probably ask questions about that. But, you know, I could probably get away with it for a month at best before questions would start. So, so she's gone from the house. So I'm like, oh, I can't text her that. I really don't want to tell her to her face, but I certainly can't text that. So I think I'm being laid off.
Heart emoji.
Yes. While you're out, could you also get me Taco Bell? I'm hungry. No.
I need to eat some feelings.
That is definitely how I was feeling to a point. Yes. I'm at a loss. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of feeling numb. Like my hands are feeling kind of tingly. I'm getting kind of shaky. Okay, this is kind of settling in. This is kind of freaking me out, but you know, it's supposed to. That's fine. I keep talking with my friend and some other people at work, and you know, they're all saying the same thing. I'm just like, yeah, the writing's been on the wall, you know, business is down, and this is what you do. You got to have redundancies and combine things, so people got to go. And again, we're all just assuming at this point, yep, that's what's happening. So what am I going to do? I'm update my resume. Where could I get work? I don't know. Do I want to stay in this line of work? Like, I'm just going like down the line. I'm like, okay, 5 years down the line, where am I going to be? That's all I'm thinking about. And so my wife finally comes home. I tell her, and she takes it on the chin, I would say, pretty well. And she says, and she's been through it. She's been at companies where, you know, layoffs happen and redundancies and all that stuff. So she's like, okay, well, here's the questions you ask. And this is, you know, there's nothing you can do about it. So just take notes or record the thing or whatever they say about severance and benefits and all this stuff. And I'm doing my usual thing, which is just getting ticked off. Just like, don't tell me what to do, okay? I know what to do in this situation better than you do, okay? I'm not saying that out loud, but that's what I'm thinking in my head.
Why do you think you're better at being laid off than her?
Exactly.
You're not better than her at anything.
We've proven that over, many, many episodes of podcasting. Yes, I don't know why these thoughts are entering my head. I just get defensive about nothing for no reason.
In your defense, it sounds like all you can do is lay there and take it, which you are pretty good at.
Thank you. I am king or queen of that, however you want to see it. I don't know. So my time for the meeting comes up. I'm actually one of the first people, it sounds like, in our department. So I'm like, okay, I'll report back with whatever I hear. I don't know what to expect, but I'm going into this meeting, and it's going to be weird because I've never spoken with these people ever by myself. It's super weird. Sign on for the meeting on time. If I'm getting laid off, I want to be on time for it, I guess.
It's too late to make a good impression now.
I know. It's like, dress for the job you want, and don't be late for the job you no longer have. I don't know where the logic was there, but something told me, I guess you could make like a last minute impression, just like, oh, we were gonna get rid of you, but
you were sure on time for this.
It made no damn sense, but whatever. I'm on time. I'm punctual.
I get it. Yeah.
So I opened the Zoom at exactly 11:20, and if you use Zoom, it shows the window of just saying like, the host will sign on soon. I'm just like, are you kidding me? They're late to laying me off because they're laying off someone else. This sucks. And again, I waited for, I think it was 2 minutes total, and they signed on. But in those 2 minutes, I got so just angry and like uppity and just like, when they sign on me, what gives you the right? You sons of bitches. I went from like being cordial and be like, okay, so what's happening? Yeah, tell me. To in the 2 minutes that they made me wait.
This whole company is out of order.
Yeah. Full on. I am the a-hole that's everybody's going to be talking about after this is over. Like, yeah, but did you hear such and such blew up? Oh, man. They recorded it and they put it online. Check this out.
He gets his turd right on the camera.
Why do you have a turd? That's a good question. Watch the video. You'll find out. It's like a found footage horror film. You just can't wait for it to end. It's like, oh God, it's so cringy. I can't watch. Oh, but I have to. There's the poop. There's the poop. They said the poop. Oh man. So that they sign on. The head of my department he's a head of creatives. So he's kind of not a geek necessarily, a dork himself, but he's having a hard time getting through it because he's clearly reading like a script, and he's gonna have to do this all day. So he's reading and it's stumbling over his words, and the other woman, whoever she is just watching, and you can tell she's just like, I'm gonna need to jump in at some point, but for right now I'm gonna let this go. And I'm waiting for her to jump in with something, and it's like, and here's where I have to save this meeting. But long and short of it is, nobody's let go yet, but they are reorganizing, and so in about a month, I get to reapply for my own job.
Oh, fun.
They are doing away with my position and another position and like combining them and reorganizing. And so those positions, once they open up, will be, open. And so whoever wants to apply for them can, and you can apply for either one or both, and good luck. And also there's other positions in the company if you want to do that. And if you want to leave, here's what's going to happen to those people that decide to leave. Okay, this isn't at all what I thought it was going to be, but I also don't know what I thought it was going to be. But where the hell do you get up? No, I'm just kidding. I decided not to go that route.
Here's my resume.
Slap it up against the screen. It's like, you could have just shared your screen. We're on Zoom. This seemed more impactful. I didn't think it through. Also, that's not my resume. You called my bluff.
I don't have a resume ready. I had a job.
It's a recipe for butternut squash soup. If you'd like it, I will share it with you. Here, splat.
If you give me my job.
Yeah, bargain. First, I thought being on time for my laying off would be beneficial to me. Then I bargain. That's the 5 steps of grief, isn't it? Next, I should just cry. Please. It's all me and my family have left. That's where things stand. And I then got to, tell again my friend what had happened, and he seemed like he had also geared himself up for you're laid off and good luck in the future, and this kind of pissed him off even more. It was like, well, crap, now I have to deal with this. Yeah, it does suck, but it's also not terrible. It's also funny that, in the time that I found out about it, from the time that I had the meeting, I resigned myself to I'm getting fired, so I didn't do any work.
Well, yeah,
I was like, well, screw them.
Yeah.
They're not getting any work out of me. I'm going to look at my queue and just watch it grow. So then I felt like a real ass after that. I was like, well, damn it. Now I have more work to do. Really screwed yourself on this one, didn't you?
I think if you put people through that, you can't expect them to be at their highest level of productivity.
No, definitely not. That's what made it a day. I've never gone through one of those. I've never been laid off from anywhere. I've left places, but it's always been like retail. It's never been an actual layoff. And I've been with this place, I think, almost 15 years now. It's been a while. Again, my wife, with all her sweet talk and trying to help me prepare, it's just like, well, what kind of things do you think you want to do? Do you think? I'm just like, I am not ready for this. Please. I came up here to get lunch. I do not want to think about my future while I'm eating lunch.
I can't think about my future when my tum-tum's empty.
Exactly.
Now is sandwich time.
That's how I get myself in trouble when I'm eating lunch. I don't think about the future, and then later on, I'm, praying to the porcelain god. Ugh. I promise no more Big Macs, I promise. No. Do you have any stories to share that are along that vein?
The one time so far where I got laid off or fired or anything like that was when I used to work at as a janitor at Deseret Industries, which is it's a secondhand shop, basically. Throughout Utah, there's a whole bunch of these secondhand stores where the church will help people who they don't have like any experience in a regular job. It's usually people with health problems or behavioral problems or something like that. They'll bring them in and they'll train them how to work in a store so that they can get a real job. So it's a wonderful program. People can get rid of their stuff and they can sell it, and people get chances for on-the-job training and all kinds of stuff. It's lovely. But they hire an outside contractor to do their janitorial work. I was one of those outside contractors, so I would come in, I would clean up afterwards, and I did this for about 4 or 5 months, and then I got laid off. So for a while, I had to have on my resume that I worked at the DI, and then got let go.
I'm confused. Like, what?
I got laid off for a place where they specifically take the unhireable and teach them how to work there.
So did anybody ever?
Here's the thing, Jason. When you apply for a job as a janitor, they don't look. They're just like, you look like you could push a broom around. Nobody else wants to scrub these toilets. Welcome aboard. And that is why I worked as a janitor for a very long time.
He has at least one working arm and one working leg. I think he can do this job. If you look like a mop, you can push him up.
I have on the job fallen into the dumpster twice. Like the big outside dumpster. Because I was trying to throw the garbage in, and the only way to do it was lift it up and over and hang on to my wheelie garbage can by the wheels and kind of shake it. And sometimes it slips out of your hands, and you're like, crap, I got to go up and get in there. So that happened so many times that twice, while I was trying to recover it, I fell in. That's not how many times I dropped it in there. That's how many times I failed to rescue it properly.
And you put that on your resume, right?
Yeah.
What are your shortcomings? Like, what do you feel your failures are? Well,
I did have one interview with a janitor guy. I was going to clean a doctor's office. I think I've talked about that a little bit. It was on the ground floor, pediatrics. Middle floor, gynecology. Top floor, urology. It was the grossest clinic ever. I wiped down so many stirrups. But at the end, in the interview, he's like, yeah, it's kind of a gross job. Are you a dad? I'm like, no. Yeah, I get used to it anyway. And just kind of shrugged his shoulders. Like, that's very ominous in many ways, sir.
I mean, it is, but it's also true. Like, once you've been a dad, you've seen things that's just like, that doesn't faze me.
I was like going around gathering up garbages, and one of the nurses, a nurse who I knew was a mother, came and got me, and she's like, you need to go clean up the place where we give kids shots because something happened there and I can't deal with it. I'm like, you are a pediatric nurse and a mother, lady. What do you think I'm capable of handling this? She's like, you're a janitor. If there's anyone who hates their job more than me, it's you. Get in there and do it.
That's great. You're a nurse and a mother. It's like, you're the janitor.
It's literally your job. And
yes,
not mine.
I don't have to do this. I can go clock out now, and you are the one that must deal.
I have a degree. You're getting paid, what was it, $9 an hour? Whatever minimum wage was back in 2004. I don't know why I said 2004. 2004.
So, without too many details, what was the issue? Like, had a child like evacuated their bowels because they were so scared of getting a shot?
It was just an uber barf. Like, you know how some barfs are mostly digested and some barfs are not? It was like right in between the two.
The smell is what gets to me. I can look at it, but if the smell hits me and then I combine the two and I realize what the smell's coming from, then it's like, oh, now I'm going to throw up myself. But again, if it, with a kid, you got to deal with it. It makes me look down on the people that are just like, I couldn't have kids because I could never do that. And it's like, I mean, you could. You choose not to. I understand why you choose not to, and that's fine, but you could do it. You do it for your pets. You could do that to a child. You just choose not to.
You've just convinced yourself that it's hard.
Yeah, and it is. It's not easy being pooped on. First time it happens, it really sucks.
That first blowout. Yeah, that's true.
Now, I will say a side addendum to that. Actually, another event that happened today was we had a plumber out to finally look at our my daughter's shower drain because it's got so much hair and whatever else down there that it's just not draining. So finally called a plumber out, and I knew what the problem was, and I knew it was going to be way too expensive to fix, but we still had to get done. So the guy that's fixing it, which is snaking the drain, is doing that and pulling out some stuff. And another guy that right along, I don't know, maybe learning, I'm not sure, he's younger, but they're both, plumbers. So they're both just caked in dirt already. They got up in it. And so the guy that's been snaking it is, talking with us and making conversation while he's cleaning it up. And he hands it's not exactly a snake, but it's a long wire that he's using to clean it out. He hands to the other guy and he's just like, clean that off for me, will you? And my wife, is like, oh, let me get like a paper towel or something. That's disgusting. And he's like, nope, don't worry about it. And just slides it along his jacket and cleans it off. And I knew what was on there, and I knew what the smell had to be like, and I knew what the smell of his jacket probably already was, yeah. But so it didn't faze me at the moment. But then I was talking with my wife an hour ago or so. I was like, when he did that, I was thinking, oh God, what else must you be tracking into our home like right now? Just coming in with who else's bile and poop and Lord knows what is on that jacket you just did that on already. And
let's name all the things that came into your house today, Jason. We got hair, poop, blood, vomit, semen.
Wait.
What?
Why'd semen get thrown in there?
You don't think in the history of that guy's career he hasn't cleaned out a drain that someone jacked off in?
A, I thought you meant my house. So that's where that was going. B, okay, yeah, but ooh.
Yeah, ooh. I'm not disagreeing with the ooh.
I said I would be okay if we didn't, publish this one, but now I'm shutting it down.
All right.
I threw up in my mouth a little bit, and I have to go wash with some scope.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Then You Ruined It. If you enjoy our flavor of nonsense, please like and subscribe wherever you found us. And please share with your friends and cooler family members.